Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ultimate guide to trade prices within GTA Online. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can acquire and unlock every single trade price within GTA Online. If you wish to know how much money you're saving on each individual item, then make sure to check out the spreadsheet in the link in the description down below, as well as timestamps to each individual vehicle that you might want to know more about. We're starting off with the original heist. In order to start playing this, you need to acquire yourself a high-end apartment. This will cost you at least $200,000, and it doesn't really matter which one you will grab. All it will change is the location. Then make your way to the heist planning board room, and the rest is just simply playing the missions as shown on screen. If you want my recommendations for vehicles to look out for, I'd say that there's two standout vehicles that are worth picking up: the Armored Kuruma as well as the Insurgent pickup. The Insurgent pickup can be upgraded to the Insurgent pickup custom within an MLC, making it even more powerful. I definitely recommend you doing so if you want to get even more out of it and also turn it into a personal vehicle. The Armored Kuruma is still till this day one of the most versatile and very useful vehicles within the game, especially for those newer players out there. Any other sort of vehicle within the heist update really comes down to personal taste or something that you might want to own within your collection. Then moving on to the import and export update. In order to unlock these trade prices, you need to own a CEO office. You can acquire this at the Dynasty 8 executive website. It will cost you at least $1 million, which the cheapest one is going to be the Maze Bank West. Once you are in your CEO office, you want to make your way to the laptop as shown on screen and also be in a public lobby as well as being a CEO or VIP. Once you have logged into the laptop, then you want to find the special vehicle work tab and then start playing the missions that you want to unlock the trade prices for. The vehicles are also shown within these mission tabs, so it shouldn't be difficult to figure out which mission you want to play in order to unlock the trade price for the vehicle that you want to unlock. Then moving on to the gun running trade prices. For this one, you need to own a bunker as well as an MOC. Now, while the cheapest option for the bunker will save you a bunch of money, the best location for your bunker by far is going to be in Chumash. Once you have acquired both the MOC and the bunker, you want to call it in through your interaction menu and then make your way to your MOC. Once inside of your MOC, make your way to the middle of your MOC and then look out for this computer screen. Once you access this computer screen, you'll be able to see each individual vehicle and the missions for them. However, there is a little bit of a catch. As you can tell, it will show you that these are locked currently with a number next to them. This number means how many missions you have to do for your bunker supply missions in order to unlock these missions, and thus upon completing these missions, your trade prices for your vehicles. Simply do up to 14 of these steel supply missions in order to unlock them all, or however many you want to do. Then moving on to the Smuggler's Run trade prices. For this one, you need to own a hangar, which is going to cost you at least $1.2 million. You can also decide to start having a hangar within Fort Mk2 and never have to deal with the army coming after you when you enter it, but this will cost you at least $3 million, so keep that in mind. Once you're in your hangar, you want to make your way to the computer like shown on screen, and then it's time to start the long yet tedious task of doing up to 42 sword missions for your hangar business. And of course, for completion's sake, I will show you each individual vehicle with how many source missions you will have to do in order to unlock them. It is worth noting that while it seems to be a daunting task of doing 42 source missions for this, you will be able to save a total of $10.7 million in savings if you go for the trade prices for these vehicles. Also, doing these source missions will obviously also fill up your hangar, thus you will be able to make the money back that you invested within the hangar itself too. The missions are quite long, but if you're someone who really wants to save themselves a bunch of money or just explore all the missions and content within the game, then it's definitely worth considering. Then moving on to the trade prices for the Doomsday Heist. In order to start unlocking these, you need to own a facility so you can start playing the heist. If not for the trade prices, the Doomsday Heist is one of the more interesting pieces of content within the game, and some might argue it's probably the biggest challenge that the game has to offer. In terms of the vehicles and the recommendations for them, I would honestly say that at this moment in time, most of these vehicles have kind of been outshined by other stuff that has been added later in the game. If you really want to have something different and unique, the Deluxo could be a Warfall pickup, but even after the trade price, it's still $3.5 million. The Stromberg used to be cool, but the Toreador now exists and that is vastly superior. Having said this though, you can save yourself a total of $7.8 million if you were to go for all the trade prices within this, so worth considering if you are a bit of a collector. Moving on to the after hours trade prices, in order to unlock these you need to own a nightclub. Now the nightclub itself is not really a bad business to have, the only downside to it is you have to unlock other businesses too in order to really start making any sort of good money. Having said this, for the trade prices all you really have to do is make your way to your nightclub, get in there and then start making your way to your laptop as shown on screen. Once you are there, you want to go to your nightclub management tab and then start promoting your club. You need to promote your club a total of 5 times in order to unlock the Patriot Stretch trade price and then 10 times for the blimp. For the trade prices of the Mule and Pounder custom, you need to start selling goods. Now it doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as you do a total amount of missions. It doesn't matter how much value you sell or what you sell, as long as you've completed sell missions. In order to unlock the trade price for the Scramjet, you need to win 1 round of Hunting Pack Remix. Now there is one slight issue with this. Rockstar has implemented a change a few months ago where this game mode is in rotation rather than always being in the game. Now in order to prevent this, I have left a link to a playlist with just this job in there in order for you to unlock this trade price. You'll be able to then play with some friends or whoever joins your session. Just simply win 1 round of this game mode and you'll be able to unlock the trade price. Pretty simple stuff. Obviously, check the link in the description and bookmark the playlist in order to be able to play this. In order to unlock the trade price for the Oppressor Mk2, you need to own a terabyte and then do a total of 5 client jobs which you can find within a terabyte under the console tab. I'm gonna be honest with you here, it's not entirely worth it to get the terabyte and also the nightclub just for the trade price of the Oppressor Mk2, because it would quite frankly be a waste of your time and your money. You're better off just buying it straight up instead of taking all that time and effort. Moving on to the Arena War trade prices, I'm gonna be very short about this one. Arena War is a bit of a mess when it comes to trade prices, considering the fact that it's completely random. There's a total of 1000 Arena War levels in the game, and every single level you'll get a random unlock. So you could either get the trade price for a Dominator, or you could also get a trade price for a stick on your car. It is stupid. And unfortunately, there's not really anything else I can say about it other than cross your fingers, best of luck, or just don't play Arena War. Your life will improve for not having done that. Plus, all the vehicles that are available within Arena War can only be used in Arena War, or you just messing around with it in free roam. Honestly, not worth all the hassle to save yourself $1 million here and there. Then moving on to the trade prices for the casino heist. In order to start unlocking these, you need to buy yourself an arcade, the best location being in La Mesa. Once you made your way to the heist planning room, you want to start selecting the driver for the appropriate vehicle that you want to start unlocking the trade price for. The general rule of thumb is very simple. You select a vehicle during your prep phase of the heist, and that will be the vehicle you will then use in the finale. You just simply have to have it in the finale. You can decide to pick a pedestrian car, or you can also decide to use the helicopter strat. As long as the vehicle has been selected during your sourcing of your getaway vehicle during the preparation stage of the heist, you will be able to unlock the trade price as soon as you finish the finale of the casino heist. Approach does not matter. However, there is an exception to this rule, and this exception is going to be the following vehicles. This is the Bugstars Burrito. In order to unlock this, you need to have the entry disguise being Bugstars. The second variation of the Boxville, which requires you to use the maintenance gear as an entry disguise. The Stockade, which requires you to use the Group Z's entry disguise. The Furia, which requires you to do the Young Ancestor approach and during the finale grab the Furia from the casino parking lot and then driving it to the final meeting point. And then finally the Fire Truck, which requires you to use the exit disguise of the Firefighters. The trade prices for the Pyro heist are pretty similar to what we've just done with the casino heist. All you need to do is during the approach vehicle selection is to grab the vehicle that you want to unlock the trade price for and then also use it during the finale. Now there's one minor catch to this. You need to make sure that you have unlocked every single landing zone within this in order to be able to use something like the Stealth Annihilator, for example. If you don't have the correct landing zone, you won't be able to use the vehicle. For the Italy RSX and the Weevil, it's a bit of a lengthier process, and I've done a detailed video on this before, so I'd like to refer to that instead of going into much detail in this video, because that will make the video even longer than it already is. Moving on to the Los Santos Tuners DLC trade prices. For this one, it's pretty similar to how Arena War was, but it's a little bit more structured. The way that it works is that, like with Arena War, there is a rep system, and every 5 ranks within this rep system, you'll unlock a random vehicle's trade price within this DLC, and I'm showing of course all the vehicles within this DLC so you can know what you want to look out for. This will obviously take quite a few times in order to unlock all of these trade prices, so I guess kind of hope for the best and cross your fingers that you'll get the right trade price. Unfortunately, there's no real way of choosing which trade price you'll unlock, so again, it's crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. And then last but most certainly not least is going to be the trade prices for the Contract DLC. First up on the list is going to be the Buffalo STX. In order to get this one, you need to purchase yourself an agency, and overall all of these trade prices are related to owning an agency, so start there. The Champion is unlocked by completing the mission Studio Time, and the Baller ST is unlocked by completing the mission Don't Fuck With Dre. Security contracts will unlock the trade prices for the Granger 3600 LX, the Deity, the Patriot Meal Spec, and the Jubilee. If you want more details on how to unlock all of this stuff and how the things work, again, I've done a more detailed guide on this before, and since this video is already running rather long, let's not waste any further time. And if you want my recommendations for vehicles to pick up and look out for, the Phantom Wedge comes to mind. Very useful to use in missions and or prep missions for heist. If you ever have to pick up a trailer, you can just simply use that instead of the provided vehicle and save yourself a bunch of time. It is also really fun to use. Buffalo STX, definitely worthwhile picking up. One of the best muscle cars within the game currently, so definitely worth grabbing that too. And last but not least is the Italy RSX, which is also one of the fastest sports cars in the game, and also saving you nearly $900,000 for just simply doing a couple of missions. The rest just kind of comes down to personal preference or wanting something different to drive, though there are a few more recommendations I can give you. The Furia, the Retinue Mark II, the Komoda, Sultan Classic, Gauntlet Classic, and Vagrant are also vehicles that I would recommend looking out for and picking up if you're looking for something fun to drive within races. And if you personally have some recommendations for folks to check out and go after, make sure to let us know in the comments down below. But with all that said and all that done, that was it for this guide. I hope you enjoyed it and to find it useful. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe for more, and if you really like what you see on the channel, please do consider becoming a member like Chloe, Robert, Madman Nokota, and Shapeshift Gaming. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later.